A bird's-eye view of a new diversion track for CPKC. The temporary track runs on top of a new embankment in the southeast community of Ogden. The work is needed, the city says, to get ready for the Green Line, which will run alongside this section of the freight rail corridor. The city says it's a fairly straightforward project, with the exception of having to work beside a busy rail line.
You don't build a rail or bridge underneath a CPKC track every day, a main line that, has to stay open. It's a lot of coordination to make sure that we're off the track when a train's coming through, that we can get off a track in time for a train to come through.
Even with all of that communication and coordination, a potentially dangerous incident.
There was a gap in communication, and our crews did not know that a train would be coming back.
The CEO of the Green Line project says it was an important reminder about safety and communication.
Nothing happened, no one was injured, but it just shows that while you're working in a live corridor, there's need for very prompt communication and very clear communication. So it was a lesson learned for us.
This project will cost more than $50 million. It will include a pedestrian tunnel underneath the train tracks. 78th Avenue will be rebuilt and will also run under the tracks. The new underpass will be wide enough for vehicles, a sidewalk, and a multi-use pathway. A new roundabout will be built on the east side of the tracks. The embankment was built to support the temporary CPKC diversion track. Some of the old railway embankment has now been excavated to allow crews to build a bridge that will allow 78th Avenue to run through it. Once the bridge is built, the original embankment will be rebuilt and the track will be put back onto its original alignment. CPKC says their biggest concern was the ability to maintain their operation throughout construction for the Green Line. According to the city, CPKC is not paying for any of this work. The $50+ million is coming out of the taxpayer-funded Green Line budget. CPKC says, quote, since all of the work is related to the Green Line, it's being funded by the city of Calgary. That price tag does not include building the actual bridge for the Green Line. That will come later, meaning more money will need to be spent.
This bridge is for CPKC alone. The crossing at 78th Avenue, will be a separate bridge structure for the Green Line.
The city councillor for the area, though, says the benefit for the city is significant.
We could not build the Green Line without a significant series of deals all along CP Rail's right of way. We are using CP Rail's right of way for significant chunks as we leave the downtown, as we make our way through Inglewood and Ramsey, and then as we get to Ogden. All of these involve significant land assets, and so the deal that we made with CP Rail is that we would give them some things that they needed if we got some of the things that we needed.
Carra says the 78th Avenue underpass will replace the level crossing at 69th Avenue, which CPKC wants to close. The underpass will ensure road access to the railway's head office and nearby industrial areas once the level crossing is eliminated. As for the current project, not including the actual bridge for the Green Line, Carra says he has full confidence in the team that's building the new line.
I can't speak to how the project team has decided what to spend money on now as opposed to later. We have very good construction people who are figuring out the best way to do this. It's an unbelievably complicated project.
There's still a lot of work to do. The new freight rail bridge over 78th Avenue should be completed by the end of this year. Traffic on 78th Avenue won't be allowed through until next summer. The new pedestrian tunnel won't open until the Green Line is ready to roll. Just when will that happen? The city doesn't know yet. Brian Labby, CBC News, Calgary.